Hello and welcome to Gone with Gandalf, and today I am spreading some good vibes by fighting Dol Guldur once again. We are still on the same turn as we were at the end of the last episode, but we are now, after you've taken the fortress of Dol Guldur, you must also take out the Lord of Dol Guldur, and that is what we are doing. And here they are, or there he is. And here we are. Oh, this is not what I want to do. How about we keep the formation and run to there? Oh, yes. That is exactly what we're going to do. And then, how about we move a bit closer? And Thranduil, can you shoot yet? You can't. Why are you so rubbish? Why are you so rubbish? God. How about you move there? Now can you shoot? Surely you can shoot. How can you not shoot? You're so rubbish. Oh, wow. So, of course, in the last episode, we finally took Dol Guldur. But there are still a lot of Dol Guldur forces hanging around. So, naturally, we are going to have to take them out. And this is like the step one. And step one to Dol Guldur's demise, really. Now, this can be quite a tricky battle because Khamûl's Shadow Knights, if we just have a look at their stats, as we can see there, and apparently they sound like just any old other men, but they have an attack of 13, a charge bonus of 10, and a total defense of 30. They are one of the best cavalry units in this game. I think the mod leader did a cavalry contest where he ranked all cavalry between the worst and the top 10. So he didn't get bad cavalry. But this unit here was, I don't know, maybe like in the middle somewhere, like 6 or 7 in the whole entire game. And Khamûl has them as his bodyguard, which is OP. And of course, if you yourself play as Dol Guldur, you also will get them. Now, hang on. Is he charging Thranduil? He's charging Thranduil. Oh dear. Oh no, he's not. Stop what you're doing and charge him. Negate their charge bonus. And whatever you're doing, stop it. Shoot them. Wait, aren't there... Oh, there are wargs over here. You there. Shoot them. Oh god. No. Please. My spearmen have got this. Although they're going to take a hit. Oh no, they're not. Okay. And, Woodland Warriors! Go, go, go! Help out. Do stuff. And fall back, don't get drawn into melee. Come out of shield wall. Shield wall is very good for intercepting or taking the brunt of a cavalry charge. Because it increases the mass of the unit. And the mass of cavalry is the main weapon, really, which is why they do so much damage in the charge, not only because of their charge bonus. Well, that's very silly of them, isn't it? That wasn't a very good charge on their behalf. They may have taken a few of our dudes out. But Thranduil is perfectly equipped for taking out Khamûl's Shadow Guard because he comes with the bonus against Black Mounts of Dulairi. And when I talk about the Nazgûl horse, this is it. And this horse is shared by the Temple Knights of Mordor, which the Witch King of Angmar also gets. And what has happened here? Oh, you fools. That's bad. They probably took down like 20 with them. But not to worry, we will kill them all off. and we won't be seeing too many of them again. Although it is very frustrating having no cavalry of your own to actually catch them. So they killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, there's quite a few. Go away, Warg Marauders. And the Khamûl's Shadow Knights here. Down to 31 men. And actually, let's just have these spearmen go after the hunters. We don't want them shooting at us. And our woodland scouts here are just going to shoot Khamûl's Shadow Knights should they try and run. The fools. Although they don't really do particular amount of damage to them because they're so heavily armoured. Well, this is taking a very long... Oh, and down he goes! Down he goes to the mighty axes of Thranduil. Now, that is both a good and a bad thing. The reason I say it's a bad thing... Oh no, we'll start with the good thing. So the good thing is, this unit of Khamûl's Shadow Knights will never ever be seen again in this game. Because the only place where Dol Guldur can train them is in Dol Guldur itself. They are an area of recruitment unit. So they're never getting Dol Guldur back. So that's the end of that. And secondly, the only general to get them as a bodyguard is Khamûl. And now he is dead. He is going to respawn in Barad-dûr in Mordor. Yes. So every Nazgûl that we kill from now on of Dol Guldur will, in essence, defect from Dol Guldur and become aligned to Sauron and Mordor. So the 3 original Nazgûl of Dol Guldur will eventually all go to Mordor. And that they will respawn in about 10 turns or something, I don't know. So that is a good thing for us because we don't have to face them again no matter what. Provided, of course, we don't lose our grip of Dol Guldur. But it does kind of hinder Gondor, so we may see them fall a bit sooner now that they've come across 3 very powerful generals. Now, Legolas, as I said, he is going to be moved out. So we're going to take everything here, aside from those 2 units, link up with these, and we're going to come maybe to Achnod Iaun.
My lord.
Now, we've got a lot of money. 6,453 pennies, to be exact. Let's repair the town wall there and get an artist studio to get that elven culture up. Most important. Now, do we have anything that we could make money from? Now, the port is very useful, as I have banged on about a lot. It is very expensive, and it would only give us about 100 gold coins. Now, it does say trade would go up by 25, but that doesn't take into account, I don't think, the actual trade route that you get from the port. So I'm not sure if we're quite ready to invest in that. Grain exchange would be perfect. They pay themselves off very well. I would get land clearance, but I'd prefer builder's hall there first. Let's just... well, we don't necessarily need... This isn't going to get attacked anytime soon. However, that land clearance again would be good for the population bonus. And a leather tanner also gives good return on investment. Now, can we train any troops? We'll get some jabby boys, as I'm calling them, and woodland scouts, because they are the best. Now, the alliance is drawing near. Tith Ayafarason. Oh, actually, there's a Lorien diplomat right there. Well, before we go for the alliance, because I don't think we're quite ready for that yet, let's get some money out of them. They are well off. Let's make them less well off. 2,000, how about that? Balanced? Give it to me. Barely accepted. Well, our relations are still outstanding. Outstanding.
Stopping here.
So, we're going to give it a bit of time, but they should be accepting our alliance no problem. I think that's everything for this turn. Well, hopefully they accept the alliance, because I will be... Obviously, first to quickly explain, to trigger the script you first do need to be allied to them. Now, that doesn't mean that you necessarily want to be allied to them at the end of the script, because that's like where the yes or no question comes in, whether or not you stand alone or build a greater alliance. Now, I am of the mind to have a improved alliance, so we're going to get an extra barracks, a separate barracks from our usual barracks in both Thranduil's halls and in Dol Guldur, and we will be able to train 4 units from their roster into our armies, which will be immensely useful because they tend to plug the gaps in our roster. So, as I said in the last video, our roster is very offensive with high attack, melee attack especially, but very low or comparably lower defense. It's still good, but by far the lowest of the elven factions. So those units that we get from them will be potentially quite useful in plugging the gap that we leave. Now, looking at these Gundabad forces, it does kind of look like they may attack us, but I highly doubt that. Because, well, firstly, we're not at war with them, which is always very handy.
Yes,
but they are thoroughly
As
occupying themselves
Yes,
with
I shall continue tomorrow.
the dwarves of Erebor. Goblin army. Yes, they're coming from Moria, attacking Carrasgalathon. Now, that could be a bit of a nuisance should they actually take Carrasgalathon before we show up. Oh, okay. Well, Legolas, you can move down to here. And, ooh, look at that. Achnod Iaun is barely even defended. Repair complete, Ostingale. Ah, Ostingale. So, I have a mind now, because Dol Guldur, I'm not a big fan of that name. We're going to rename it. Now, I'm not going to call it just Amon Lank, because, you know, everyone knows, or a lot of people know, Amon Lank means the naked hill, because there are no trees that grow upon it, but we're going to call it something like Minas Lascalen, or the Tower of the Green Leaves, or Green Woods. It's kind of ambiguous in that regard, but Minas means like tower, fortress, that kind of word, and Lascalen is the name given to Mirkwood after the War of the Ring. It's called Erun Lascalen, although before that it was called Erungalen when it was just Greenwood. Great, so I think Lascalen, it just adds of green leaves. It's quite appropriate because Legolas does kind of mean just green leaf. You know when Gandalf says Legolas Greenleaf, he's essentially just saying Legolas. But anyway, what else is there? So we've still got some money, but I don't think I quite want to invest in an art gallery here in Erun Amdirion. Although that elven culture is going up, because Dol Guldur may hold this region here, but they certainly hold the Brownlands, which does border the reaches of the forest region. So they could attack there, and we don't have a lot of forces in there, so I hesitate to invest just there yet. Now, we want to amass a few troops in Thranduil's halls, because we will be getting attacked up there once we trigger the script. No spoilers, but it's gonna happen. So here in Buralj, since we do have the money, I do actually want to build something. So how about we get... Nothing's quite... I don't want to get the port, but equally the Master Builder's Hall is a lot of money for something that... Well, let's get it anyway, because we may actually need that money later on. And let's get the leather worker as well. What the hell? I say that, oh, we may need money, and then I just throw it all away. So, Legolas can't move now anyway. So, I think that's it for this turn. Oh, I forgot to move the spy. Well, Dor Naurhak is pretty defenseless. Which, actually, maybe that is a better... Maybe it's better if I go for that rather than going for Achnod Iaun. The reason being because that castle of Dor Naurhak is substantially more useful to Dol Guldur than a tiny little village. Or indeed, actually, maybe a better tactic is to get a Draihan, which is, as you can see on the screen right now, just south of Carasgalathon, the region known as the Field of Celebrant, which is where the Young came down with the Aethiode and... Oh. Well, anyway, that's where the descendants, or the ancestors of the Rohirrim actually came and saved Gondor's bacon. About 500 years before the War of the Ring. And that's how they got gifted the land of Rohan. Ostingale got a dance guild. Or now has. Which is very useful. Gives us population growth, which is most welcome. Well, Mauluk, or Mauluk, is here outside of Achnod Iaun. You know, I did say maybe we don't go for Achnod Iaun, but they can't have that much, surely. Oh, well, we could get Beorning Warriors. Oh yeah, let's go for it. Armor Piercing, Berserkers, they're actually a unit of the Anduin Vale, and since we have the money, why not? Now, I would want Dor Naurhak, but maybe a Draihan is better. Yes, I would actually prefer to have this place because 1, it's Elven. 2, we'll be bordering 1, 2, 3, 4 regions. Maybe. I don't know if that counts. So for trade, and it's got a port already. So we will be able to use that a lot better. But checking out this army right here, I think we're going to jump right in. Oh! Chieftain Aglarakor, the Sycophant. And of course he comes with Castellans of Dol Guldur, which are very good. Oh, and there's a ballista. Well, we're going to go in. We're going to show him who's boss. We're going to take out another Nazgûl. And that's another Nazgûl that Dol Guldur will never be able to respawn. Which is fantastic for us, bad for Gondor. But hey, you know, they hopefully are doing okay. Of course, we don't want Gondor to do poorly because, you know, then that buffs Mordor and then they just become an unstoppable machine. Is it ever going to rain? Not rain. It's like England over here. Okay, well. So, what is going to happen is we are going to have to take out the ballista. And Legolas is going to come here in loose formation. Since there are 2 armies, we're going to have to deploy our archer units very... well, we're going to have to think about how we use... I'm going to have to think about how to speak. I think what's going to happen is those 78 are going to be sacrificed, and the Beorning warriors as well. Oh, and we've got these jabby boys. Legolas, shoot at what you will. And where are the ballistas? Here they are. So what's going to happen is we're going to run across the plain for Beorn. Wait, that's interesting. Axeman. Oh, these are nice. So we can't, these are a mercenary unit, but wow, they look really cool. They're effective against armor. Actually, it could be useful to use them against a Glarakor's unit. Or where's the, oh, the Uruk bodyguard over there. Shut them down, shut them down. I mean, we can use these against the... Do they have a bonus against mounts? Wargs, yes. Excellent. Don't be shooting at whatever you want. Wait, what's going on over here? We're going to be able to shut all of this flank down, I think, with these units. So, who should you be? Shoot the maulers. Where is the bodyguard? Over there, okay. Well, Woodland warriors come over here. I think maybe we should be try and go on the offensive here, because there is that other army coming, and we do vastly. We are vastly better than. Oh, they already killed the wargs. Wow. Oh, don't go around that way. Actually, just come round over here, and then we can charge them in the rear over here. Why are you not running? Dol Guldur host coming along. I would have preferred you not to throw your javies at them boys. I prefer you to maybe use them on the Uruk bodyguard. These spearmen are going to go after... The spearmen I'm going to use to go after the archers over here. Let's get these out of the fire because... Or out of the archer fire. Legolas, you're in melee now with the Uruk bodyguard. You'll probably be okay. Fingers crossed. Spearmen go after those archers over there. Jabby boys. Maybe you're going to come round and flank for us. Build them with arrows. That's not really the best place. Let's just charge them in there. Now those spearmen over here are vastly outnumbered. So whoever you're fighting... Oh, down he goes, the last orc mauler. Charge them in the rear. Let's see a good charge here. This should be good, hopefully. In they come. They have the elven horn. Why are only some of them charging? Brutal charge there from the Beorning warriors. He's taking a hit. Come on, lads, get in. Let's just charge them through. We're not too fussed about these guys dying. Sorry. Now, what's going on over here? Not a whole lot. What happened to those spearmen? Oh, dear lord. How are they this spread out? Well. Where is the bodyguard? Oh, they're over there, okay. We want to take out that bodyguard, because then once he's gone, then the rest of these folks will run away. So, shoot, shoot, shoot. May as well just shoot some arrows over at these Mirkwood hunters. Oh, perfect. They're turning their backs. Now, there's quite a lot of them still there, so... I don't know how I feel about charging them in the rear with these Javi boys, because I'd quite like to keep them alive. So perhaps we just make these rout first. Getting some good, getting a good charge in there. Yes, chase them all, chase them. Well, not chase them all, but may as well. And stop shooting. And we're going to bring the archers over here and then take out this general. Taking a lot of losses here from, well, predominantly the bodyguard unit over here. I think we're just going to send Legolas in with melee. Or in melee. Woodland warriors to flank. Now, what's going on over here? Chasing. It's really annoying not to have cavalry. It would be really, really handy to have some. But we shall get some soon. We will get them soon. Hopefully. You just need some money. Now, where are these archers? I left them over here. They need to be front and center. I haven't really even used them, which is very bad of me. Because, well, like how to play Elves 101 is pretty much use archers, use them often, use them all the time. Maybe these guys know how to charge. Wow, it wasn't that. I prefer the cavalry charges, I must say. We'll use these spearmen just to catch those orc fighters, and I think let's just get these yawning warriors to. They are very tired, but we're gonna flank these castellans over here and get a good solid charge in the rear. And these archers, I really haven't used them very well at all. But I don't think it's too bad. Legolas, let's just use the swiftness thing. He's having some issues taking down that Uruk bodyguard. And okay, let's hopefully see a good charge.
Good tidings.
Down he goes. That's the orc one. Or the Uruk. Oh. I want this to be in real time. Oh, here's a good charge. Oh, no, it's not. Why is only the front line going? Oh, good one. See, look, that is the top tier unit getting killed by trash, essentially. Which is fantastic. Although we do need to catch these. So go, 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 go. We don't want to be shooting our own. Legolas is probably going to be... I'm going to use him to take out a Glarakor. If I could just actually properly tell my troops what to do. Got a decent shot here into these Mirkwood Hunters. And these guys should be able to catch them because we are a lot faster. Now, do you know what they look like now? Because they will get an updated appearance with blacksmithing upgrades. So I think they get like a coat of like some chainmail under their current clothes. It's quite rudimentary, really. But the later units, I know for a fact they get to look very, very cool. In my opinion, anyway. Well, let's speed this up, because I think we already know what's going to happen here. And I don't want to make another very, very long video. But also, apart on videos, I meant to bring this up last time. Now, it's hard for me to gather thoughts and play. Where was I? Oh, this must be such a bad video. In the event that I were to make a video discussing, it's mainly going to be discussing how many Mirkwood elves there really were during the time of the War of the Ring. The reason I bring this up though is because I was just thinking the other day, whilst I was playing the game, like, oh, there's just like, I have hardly any troops. Like, is that accurate? Like, so I started reading some things about the Mirkwood elves and their possible numbers. And I was reading The Unfinished Tales. If you haven't read that, or if you don't have the book, then I would highly suggest you were to get that, because it's quite interesting. But in that, you can read about the War of the Last Alliance. And in the Last Alliance, you had all the elves from different places, so Linden, Rivendell, Lothlorien, and from Mirkwood, or as it was then, it was just Erungallen. And that is actually how Thranduil became king, because before that, it was his father Orifer, or Orifer. I don't actually. The PH seems very odd to be in Sindarin, but they were Sindarin elves, or Orifer was. And he was the king, and he didn't really like Gil-galad being the high king of the Noldor, and then thus being also the he was like the main general, high general, main captain, the big dog. He basically decided what was going on. So he actually charged the forces of Sauron on the Dagorlad, which is where the dead marshes are now, and about 50% of his force died, along with himself. He died, and then the king of Lothlorien at the time, whose name was Umdir, he also died. And they said about 50% of those forces. So basically, he was marching back towards his kingdom, and some orcs saw them. And they were like, there's too many of those. So they let them pass. But then Isildur comes along, and then of course, he was ambushed at the Gladden Fields, and he ends up dying, and they lose the One Ring. You know, I've just gone on such a tangent because I was too focused on the battle. But I hope you got something out of that. But anyway, I'll be making a video discussing the merits of different... I'll be putting different pieces of evidence together in a video to try and surmise the amount of elves that there could be in an army of the Elves of Mirkwood during the War of the Ring. I hope that made sense. I need to focus more on one or the other for these absolutely insanely complex ideas. But we take Achnod Iaun. Brawler's Pit. You get 500 from there. But for now, I will leave you with that because I do not want to go over too long. Rest assured, next time I think we might just leave Achnod Iaun. We don't particularly need to have it right now, but we're going to march on Edraihan, and then we're going to push to the east and finish up Dol Guldur. They do have some settlements over here in Rawberg, Leofric's Bowing, but I do also want to fight in Khazad-dûm, and then of course there's the threat of the Easterlings of Rhûn. But for now, thank you very much for watching. This has been Gone with Gandalf. Good day.